I sleep when you can play Dom Team Death, the free-for-all, CTF and Sabotage. Man, I play them all from search up to headquarters, down the list of demolition. Objectively speaking, to win is my only mission. If I sin, it's not by omission of order.
Good morning, YouTubers. This is Hardcore Gamer for Life, and I'm here to bring you my next episode in the Road to the Nuke Emblem series. That's right, episode 7, and this is going to be a nuke with the M16 on Invasion. I'm not going to talk a whole heck of a lot about the gameplay, a little bit here in the beginning, a little bit at the end. Mostly this will be focused on some more Modern Warfare 3 information, this time maps. But what I did have to say about the gameplay at first is, as you can see, it looks like I'm running like a lightweight SMG user on crack, and the reason for that is simply the fact that I sped up the video quite drastically. Now, I normally give a little speed up to my videos, which is a trick I learned from the Sandy Ravage, and it really makes the video a little bit more exciting, I've noticed, just to give it, a 10 or 15% bump in speed, but this is more like a 30% bump, because in all honesty, I got this nuke on my live stream the other night, and when you're live streaming gameplay, and I don't have the most amazing connection in the world, I get the best connection I can around here with the speed boost, which puts me up somewhere around 20 megabytes per second in peak times, which it was peak times, but even with that, streaming, it still kind of screws your connection when you're live streaming, unless you got that Fios or something, you're rocking that 50 megabyte a second stuff, but we can't even get that where I'm at. So, basically what I'm trying to get at, it was a very, very campy nuke, so I wanted to speed it up a fair amount so as to make it hopefully a little bit more interesting as far as gameplay terms. But I don't really get a ton of traffic back here in the area, and the nuke ends up taking pretty much the whole length of the match. But I'll get back to just a little bit at the end, something interesting that happens later in the video. But let's go straight into Modern Warfare 3 maps. So first I'm looking at some screenshots of Dome on my other computer screen here, and that is saying it's a derelict Cold War era desert radar command bunker. And I'm seeing this cool kind of dome structure that looks almost like the Orlando Dome at Disney, only on a much smaller scale. I'm seeing some walkways with railings sitting above a certain part of the map. I'm not sure of how accessible that is, but always like to get a high vantage point on people. And this map, just a couple tiny screenshots I see, looks like it could be some fun. Definitely looks closely packed in together, along with the map philosophy that they are espousing this particular sequel, which basically is smaller, closer packed in maps with less camping spots, which will make for more run and gun gameplay. I think it's the thing they've done. They've done other things they say will make for more run and gun gameplay, but in the past that really hasn't worked out that way because people's desire to camp for kill streaks has won out over all that. But maybe curtailing people's ability to camp for kill streaks, in other words, not giving them as good camping spots, will make more people into running gunners. And I don't think there's anything, I think we need defensive and run and gun players at the same time. I don't think everyone should be a run and gun player. I think, variety is the spice of life, and what you enjoy doing, do. Okay, look at the second map here we got screenshots for, and that is Carbon. It says it's situated in South Africa. And I'm looking at a complex not unlike Fuel from the expansion pack Modern Warfare 2, but it doesn't look like, I didn't care for Fuel, but this looks like it could be a very good map. It looks a little more tightly packed in than Fuel. You see a similar, industrial type complex with fuel silos sitting around. Looks a little bit derelict. There's some cars sitting around. The ever-present car bombs, which we all know and love or hate, depending on whether we're being victimized by one or getting a random car bomb, but hey. But anyway, it looks like a pretty cool map. Now, the rest of these maps we don't have any screenshots for, so I'm just going to go down the list. Now, I just went on Black Ops just to check and see how many maps Black Ops shipped with, and I'm assuming that it ships with all these maps, but I could be wrong. Maybe some of them are going to come in expansion packs later, but I would guess it ships with all these maps. So Black Ops has 14 maps that it originally shipped with. And counting the top 2 that I just mentioned that they have screenshots for and this whole list, we're looking at actually 20 maps. So if all these is actually in the release, as far as 20 multiplayer maps, which it says they're all available in Spec Ops as well, then I think that's going to be pretty cool. Right off the bat, we'll have considerably more maps, I believe, than we've ever had it with a Call of Duty. So, map variety, really helps out in a game's longevity, and I think that could be a good sign for Modern Warfare 3 upcoming. So we're going to quickly go through the list. All we have are names, so we can only speculate. Some of them we've actually, like, for example, I'm seeing Paris here, and we've all seen gameplay footage on that. Some of them we might have seen gameplay footage on already, but the list is Alpha, Alps, Bootleg, Bravo, Brooklyn, Coast, Exchange, Hard Hat, Interchange, Lambeth, Meteora, Mogadishu, Paris, which you've all seen gameplay on multiple times, Plaza 2, Radar, Seatown, Underground, and Village. So that's the other 18 maps to round them out, aside from the other ones that I already talked about first, which were Dome and Carbon. So, obviously with names, that doesn't really tell us a whole lot. So, but at least we've got a list. We've got it somewhat confirmed as to how many maps is going to be in the game. Hopefully all those maps will be in the game immediately upon release and give us a ton of map variety to play around in. And I'm personally looking forward to exploring each and every one of these maps. And also it might be a little easier to gain map knowledge on this particular game because, although there's so many more maps, they're also supposedly considerably smaller, more tightly packed in. And that might make for easier map learning, rather than these huge convoluted maps that sometimes get to be on Call of Duty games. So I'm going to go back to the gameplay here, and as you can see, I'm getting pretty darn close to my nuke here. I'm only one away, but someone else is really close too, to winning. As a matter of fact, this person is about to jump up to 1450, and I'm like, oh crap. I need to hop down and out and go get that last kill for the nuke so I don't lose this chance to get my nuke. So I hop down and out of this window. Now, closely check what happens here, guys. This guy's on 29 kills. He remains on 29 kills. He does not get another kill. I get my nuke, call it in, get shot at, but I managed to survive through all that. All right, I got my nuke. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. Hooray. What? Defeat. Okay, Infinity Ward. But I went and checked after the fact in the barracks, and I did still get my 7th nuke called in towards my endgame challenge. It says defeat on the screen, but as far as I'm concerned, that was a victory. As always, this has been Hardcore Gamer for Life. Thanks so much for viewing. Please rate, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see. Peace out.
I made my way from UAVs to spy planes, Harriers to Blackbirds, PVR to file share. Keep it on the dial where you know that it's hot. Cause you know that on my channel I upload a lot of videos of all different types of varieties.